Hey guys, this is Arabian Gains. I have Flo with me, and today we're going to talk about her first powerlifting meet. There's a lot of questions that people asked, and there's some questions I asked. So this is a Q&A about her first powerlifting meet. Flo, say hi to the camera.
Hello.
All right, let's start first. Flo, what made you want to powerlift? You're strong, so I mean...
Yeah, that and I've been doing a lot of those lifts for years, but now really got motivated being in the gym with some powerlifting competitors that have been powerlifting for a couple years now, and really just jumped on that train.
You actually did really good, honestly. If anybody, I mean, if you watch the video, you'll think she's been doing it for a long time, and you had some good openers. So, how did you pick this meet?
We're actually wanted to compete in the October 17th meet down in Ontario, but it was already full. So we found a meet that was on the 3rd, and I had prior obligations that made me just jump on this meet because I'm not going to be here to compete in the next couple months. So we wanted to do that one. It was drug tested, and it was already there.
And remember, she only had 8 days, so this is the question right here. Do you think 8 days is enough to prep for a competition?
Yes, no. I'm gonna say no. If you're really serious about it, and you gotta look at who the competition is. You gotta find out who your competition is in your weight class, and try to see if you can reach those numbers. This one was my first meet, so it was really just actually getting out there and see where I was at. But 8 days before the meet, I would say no.
Yeah, we had 8 days, and actually we didn't even know what's her max. So within that 8 days, she maxed out on a bench and a squat and a deadlift, and we found out where she's at, so we know how far we could go in the meet. And she worked on her openers, and also because it's her first meet, we're working on commands. I want to give a shout out to Coach Jim Seifert. I will leave his link below. He came and helped out, and he's a national referee and a certified USPA coach. So he helped us a lot, and I want to give a shout out to Van Normus for sponsoring Flo, the owner of Animal House. I'll leave his link below too. So, how did you cut weight? Because I know that we had a little issue right there. How did that happen? Well, first tell them what weight class you competed in.
I competed in 181 pounds.
181 pounds is 82.5 kilogram.
82.5, yeah, kg. I was above 181, so 2 days before the meet, we were just watching where it goes, but I needed to be under or right at 181 just to make sure I stay within that weight class. Just nothing to eat at all, sipping water and flushing it all out. So
you did good. You came out at what weight?
Day of the weigh-in, we came out at 176 pounds.
That's pretty good. All right, so when you went to weigh in, what did you check, like gear-wise?
They check for all approved brands, I would say, or
USPA approved
yes,
brands.
USPA approved brands or equipment, gear that you use to compete in. So for my wrist wraps, they weren't approved, so I borrowed all the gear that I use, the belts, the 2 belts, the belt that I use for the deadlift, the belt that I use for the squats, the wrist wraps that I used during the whole competition. Those were all Arabian Gains equipment. We didn't have time to order anything at all, but because they are competitors, they've done this before, they've been to powerlifting meets, so I used all their equipment, and I was safe.
What's funny is I was watching her deadlift over 315 and squat over 315 at the gym. No knee sleeves, no belt at all.
Yeah.
So I walked up to her, I'm like, you're gonna have some, protection. You might get hurt. So She used the belt and she really loved the belt. It's a Pioneer belt. She loves that belt. And SBD knee sleeves, I think they're the best, especially for me. I have bad knees, so I think they're the best out there.
And that was my first time using knee sleeves. I would squat, I would deadlift, I would, you know, do all these things in the gym without knee sleeves. But those really worked out. It really compresses good, and it really saves your body. Like, just saves your, you know, your knees and stuff like that when you're moving heavy.
You don't want to wear yourself out for no reason.
Yeah.
All right, so a lot of people ask these questions, and I have this question for you, because on your video, when you watch your video, I'll leave the link below. It's Flo's first powerlifting meet. They say that the weight was really thin, like the plates are really thin, so they think that you opened up with basically nothing. So what do you want to say to these people?
Yes, people that are new to powerlifting, you see my training videos or whatever I post on Instagram that I'm squatting the 45-pound plate in the gym. So during the meet, those 45 plates turn into 20 kgs.
Yes, but you open up with it's a 25 kgs, 55 pounds.
Yeah. So those plates look thin because they're in kilos, they're in kilograms. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, those plates, you know, I think they're expecting bigger plates, so bigger weights, but those plates are actually heavy when you see them on the competition video.
All right, I have more questions for you. So right here, how many days you did not work out before the meet? Because I know we had 8 days, we prepped and we got you ready and Coach Jim came and helped out. How many days break did you have before you actually went into the meet?
I had 3 days break. We had a mock meet on a Tuesday, then I didn't work out at all on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday was the weigh-in and Saturday was the meet.
So that's actually good. All right, so right here, people asking, the guy on the video, is that your trainer?
Yes. This is Coach Mo, also known as Arabian Gains. I know you guys seen him a lot on my Instagram page. Yes, this is my coach.
As soon as she walked into the gym, I seen her like squatting heavy weights. I'm like, right there, there's a champion right there. So, you know, and she's really strong. Actually, she honestly doesn't need a coach. She knows what she's doing exactly. I was just there to kind of hype, man, just kind of motivate her, you know. you know, you got it. All right, do you recommend people getting someone to help them as a coach for a first meet?
Yes, I definitely recommend that. Without Mo and his wife Sarah, they're competitors. They've been to powerlifting. They've done these meets before and also compete in strongman. And if you've been working out in the gym, yes, you lift weights, yes, you squat, deadlift, and this and that, but for a competition, when you want to be on that platform, I highly recommend that you get somebody who's been there, done that. Why? There are some technicalities that you need to be aware of for your competition, like Coach Jim Seaford was there to help me out on commands and some of the technicalities during the competition. So it really helps out a lot, because you can just go and lift the weights, but you can get flagged or red light for not getting that depth, or wearing the wrong equipment or gear, having the wrong gear, or racking
the weights too fast
before you hear the command of racking it. And little things like your breathing techniques, or your rest days and stuff like that. That really, or why do women do this, or what kind of weight class you're going to be in. So I really recommend you get somebody to coach you along the way and to prepare you for things to bring, things to take for your first competition and your first meet.
All right here. So how much weight were you trying to cut actually? I don't think we asked this question.
Yeah, I was supposed to be at 181, and the 2 days before we were at 187.
Yeah, something like that.
187, and it's all water weight, and probably some in and out and Jack in the Box. But we were trying to decide. This is why it's important to have a coach. it's either you go up in your weight class or you cut weight to come down in that weight class, and it depends on your training. And because we haven't been training for months or weeks out, this was just a off the fly thing, let's do a meet. We were 8 days out, so we were trying to, it was easier to cut weight for me because I didn't want to go up in weight because I had just lost all that weight to come down in weight than to go up and compete against the, you know, that higher weight class with those, the bigger girls. You know, they can move a lot of weight. And for me, and I feel like my training was, I can cut the weight down. So I cut all the way down to 176 by the day of the meet. So I was within my weight class.
So the question, do you see yourself doing this in the future?
Definitely, definitely. I really do. This has really motivate me to really dig into the sport, learn more about it, follow other competitors. And recently we just checked the USPA national records. I am number 5 in full power for my weight class in squats. So just seeing that, it makes me realize like, oh, I can do this. And if some people are natural at it, some people are not. You gotta really put some training in. But I definitely am considering in doing this for a while.
All right, so now I have two questions for you. On a squat, your third attempt, you did 341. Do you think you had more in you?
Yes, I think you know, for those numbers, 341, because the kg plates, you know, it has to be there or the next number up. But I felt like I had more in me to go a little bit up in weight for that third attempt. But at the same time, we wanted to keep it safe and move on to the next 2 events of the day, because that was just the beginning and we wanted to keep it safe. I didn't want to wear myself out or burn out before bench and deadlift.
So on the bench, on the third attempt, I gave her 165. She failed 165 at the gym twice. How did you feel about that?
I was very surprised. I didn't even know that was 165 until after. I was struggling to bring it up, but it was a good lift.
Came up.
And I'm happy. So now seeing that, now going back to training in the gym, we want to make sure to perfect that lift and go up in weight, but make sure that PR will come up smoother next time.
All right, the deadlift, you did 341 at the end. You kind of failed. I know she was tired. Do you have any thoughts about that?
My second lift was 341. I maxed out at the gym at deadlift so far at 345. So for that last lift, all I kept thinking was just to go out there and pick it up. Just pick it up.
Because you picked up the 341, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so, okay, I get confused. So you failed at 354, I believe.
Yes. And I couldn't do it. And I feel like the weight between the lifts and between you and the other competitors, like you really got to hype yourself up, and then for your one lift, then come back and you wait again for your other lift. It just goes up and down, up and down. I think at the end, it was hotter in the day too.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just burnt out.
Okay, do you have any thoughts you want to tell anybody who want to do this for the first time?
It's fun. You don't really know what to expect until you get out there. And if you've been training like this in the gym, just go out there and compete. Get on the platform. That's where it counts, I think. So, you know, you can lift some heavy weights, you can squat if you're into other things, but if you really want to get into it, it's fun. The training is fun, I think so. When you have a great coach and sub-coach who's not here, when you have great people, mentors really behind you and motivating you and pushing you into this sport and powerlifting, and your great community of powerlifters really pushing you because they see potential. They really see that you're a natural. They see that you can hit those high numbers and compete. And that's it.
So basically, your gym max don't count. Show us on the platform. Anybody could do a gym max.
Yes.
Show us this on the platform. So at the end, I want to say that was her first powerlifting meet. I know in the future we're gonna have another one. And also, I'm trying to get her into a strongman. I think she will do really good in strongman. She has strong legs, strong back. She could do a lot in the log press and the yoke. She actually could do a lot of good things. So, because you have like, I think you played with a yoke. And
Yes.
she played with it for the first time and she did like great.
It was fun.
Yeah. So this is it for right now, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the future when we'll be talking about her second powerlifting meet or her first strongman competition. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Flex, no. Flex.